Hi friends, here you are again with Food Desk. Today we are going to discuss about the new requirement in ISO 22000-2018, context of the organization. This section requires the organization to analyze its context, determine its interested parties, define the scope of the food safety management system, and a clear focus on the processes and requirements needed to achieve the food safety objectives. In the ISO 22000-2018 standard, the context of the organization is outlined as 4.1. Understanding the organization and its context. 4.2. Understanding the needs and expectations of interested parties. 4.3. Determine the scope of the food safety management system. 4.4. Food safety management system. First, the organization has to decide what is it that your company does. Let us assume that your scope is manufacturing of wheat-based bakery products and the distribution of them. Defining this helps to understand how we'll achieve that and what roadblocks and opportunities you face. Let's see where to start. 4.1. Understanding the organization and its context. An organization will need to consider both the internal and external issues and the needs and expectations of stakeholders and interested parties. In this case, issue can include positive and negative factors or conditions for consideration. Although the standard doesn't prescribe the method for determining the context of the organization, there are some logical steps and milestones. Context of the organization also looks at a SWOT, PESL or CPM analysis. SWOT is to identify internal strengths, internal weaknesses, external opportunities, and external threats, as well as mitigation of the risk and the company's plans to invest in the internal strengths and opportunities. PESL model involves the collection and portrayal of information about external factors which have, or may have, an impact on business. PESL stands for P for political, E for economic, S for social, T for technological, E for environmental, L for legal. Even though documented information is not mandatory, it is useful to demonstrate the understanding and analysis of the internal and external issues. Cultural, social, political, legal, financial, technological, economic and natural surroundings including the environment in which the organization operates. Who the competitors are and any contractors, subcontractors, suppliers, partners and providers. National and international law such as environment, employment, health and safety. Industry drivers and trends which have influence on the organization. The organization products and services and their influence on food safety. Availability and variety of external providers of services or products. Capacity of changes regarding premises. Waste management. Trade controls. Tax policies or exchange rates. Governance, organizational structure, roles and accountability. Policies, objectives and the strategies in place to achieve them. Competence of personnel. Food safety culture within the organization and the relationship with workers. Process for the introduction of new products, materials, services, tools, software, premises and equipment. Working conditions. Resources. Retention of skilled employees. Number and variety of customers. Infrastructure level. Rate of technological change. Spending on research and development. Communication infrastructure. Access to newest technology. 4.2. Understanding the needs and expectations of interested parties. This includes mapping interested parties, stakeholders, and others that may be perceived to be affected by your company. Stakeholders can influence FSMS positively and negatively. It is necessary to identify all stakeholders within the FSMS. They will, shareholders, suppliers, competitors, consumers, trade associations, employees, customers, distributors, regulators, landlords. The organization need to identify needs and expectations of those parties which are related to FSMS. Some of the needs and expectations would be mandatory and incorporated into law and regulatory requirements. Therefore, the organization should identify, review and update information related to the interested parties and their requirements. 4.3. Determine the scope of the food safety management system. This is not a new clause, but there are some extended terms with considering organization context and needs and expectations of interested parties. The scope statement must be maintained as documented information. For example, the pasteurization, carbonation and packing of fruit juice into glass bottles. 4.4. Food Safety Management System. Thanks for being with us, and we hope to present more videos on ISO 22000-2018 standard.